Hello everybody, this is our top again. It's been a while and I'm going to cover the social media summit from what I've gathered and another topic which you already know what it is. Now, this is not going to be in depth, like you can check into it further if you want, but my main comment here is just trying to find information on it on YouTube. Now, if you're like me and you use YouTube to check up a few things and look around, you can't trust YouTube to give you anything anymore other than social media via the mainstream media. Yes. So when I checked on the social media subject that we're talking about now, I wasn't too surprised to find that the entire list from the top as far as I can see before I gave up was nothing but mainstream media coverage of the social media summit. Now, if it weren't for if it weren't for YouTubers, I probably wouldn't even known the summit was even existing. And one of them that I follow actually was at the summit, which is amazing that, of course, I didn't see him listed in that list. Mark Dice was not there. Neither was another person who mentioned it, Sticks and Hammer 666. I actually got the name right this time. So, I look at this and say, pretty interesting. You got a summit dealing with the social media, as in the heavy censorship and inequality on the platform, only to have it demonstrated by the mainstream media exactly the same thing that they're talking about, the inequality and the overpowering of mainstream media to be the voice. Well, they're dying out anyway. They're worried about losing everything to us, the YouTubers. Whether it be small, big, regardless, mainstream media is not the main voice anymore and they're not happy about it. Now, they overrun us with advertisements, they overrun us with everything. They want to turn social media into TV and radio again. Now, TV and radio. How many people out there, honestly, out there, that you and people you know, how many people actually watch TV anymore? How many actually sit down and listen to the radio? Now compare that to how many people turn to the internet for podcasts, TV, Netflix, oh, any information, YouTube, DTube, whatever platform you go to. I can guarantee you it is amazingly higher on those who turn to the internet than those who turn to the old standard methods of information. Heck, even newspapers aren't even doing good anymore. They're just, the ones in this city are pretty much free rags now, and they don't tell you anything but fluff pieces and anything that the mainstream media wants you to hear. So I don't even bother with the newspapers here. I don't bother with mainstream magazines. I don't bother with anything mainstream anymore because if it isn't advertisements, it's a bunch of garbage. Now, this summit is important because, well, it affects us, YouTubers. Little guys like me and big guys like some of the people out there that follow me. So, think about it. What good is it to us if we can't even have a voice? Why waste our time talking to people if we're not even sure people are even going to know we're even talking? Which is what the media wants, the mainstream that is. But it ain't going to really affect anything because, well, look at mainstream media. How much truth have they told lately? So let's ask that question again. Is it going to affect anything? Hell yeah, it's going to affect anything. It's going to affect everything. It's going to affect information. By monopolizing on the information and using it for cash flow and corporate greed, we lose the quality that we used to have, that they were supposed to present themselves, but don't seem to do anymore. Leave it to us, independents, to actually get the voices and the news out. They're getting so ticked off that we're beating them to the punch with the real hard-hitting information, while they're so busy still whining and crying about an election that happened over 2 years ago. It's time to move on, mainstream media. Like, really. You keep saying all this stupid crap about how bad Trump is and how bad the world's gonna become if Trump keeps in office, but as far as I can see, and I'm neutral on all this, I see Trump doing a better job than any of them talking out there. Anyone else in politics that's been around before? Is he better than them? I leave that to you to decide. But I don't see a problem. The only problem I see is Trump bashes the media. And he does it rightly so. Because there's been so much time whining, complaining, and supporting corporate ideals and globalist ideals that real news goes out the window. So, of course, us YouTubers covering proper news and commentary and covering topics that the social media of the mainstream will not even bother to cover is a good deal. People are getting informed. The problem is, can't do so. We keep getting demonetized. We keep getting pushed down the lists. Hell, some of us can't even get our notifications out. What do you get? You look for anything on any subject. What's the first thing that pops up? Mainstream media. Whether it be news, entertainment, whatever. It's all mainstream. Pushing the front lines. Pushing out the messages. Pushing out the commercials. Pushing out the products. Trying to get that revenue that they're losing. Well, I say bye-bye, mainstream media. Your day is come and gone. You're gone like the dodo bird. You're going. So, we are the future, which leads us to my next topic, Soph. Now, for those who don't know Soph, she's a 14-year-old YouTuber who, well, they say has a very bad mouth, which, she speaks like any 14-year-old I've ever met. But she's also political, she's very smart, and she covers the topics, she does commentary, she does satire, and she's phenomenal. She's got a grasp on subjects that most 14-year-olds don't. She is one smart cookie, and it scares the daylights out of the mainstream media. Heaven forbid a 14-year-old girl is intelligent. She's not worried about the latest fashion. She's not worried about the latest teen movie or who's the latest rock idol to goo over. No. She's politically minded, she's outspoken, and she's highly intelligent. And that scares them? It scares the mainstream media that children can actually be intelligent. That teenagers are actually learning about what's going on in the world instead of just sitting around buying products and sitting in McDonald's eating and chatting about boyfriends and crap like that. or eating up all the misinformation about whatever. Like, it's stupid. Now, Soph is the future. Soph is the type of YouTuber I love to see. I'd love to see kids who are active, kids who know what's going on and are not afraid to speak out and give their voice. After all, they're inheriting all the garbage that we dumped on them. It would be nice to hear a good, strong voice coming from the youth of today, putting out what's really going on and telling it like it is, like Soph does. So, I guess this is why she's lost her last video, and I heard rumors that she's being kicked off YouTube. Well, I don't know about that yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. After all, Soph is exactly what the mainstream media does not want you to be aware of. That children or teenagers within her age group actually have political minds, actually understand what's going on in the world, and are willing to stand up and speak about it. That is, in a way, against the mainstream narratives. Now, they don't care if a 14-year-old spins and spits out all the talking points the mainstream media wants. Heck, why not? It's another viewer base. Why not get more teenagers watching mainstream ideals and get mainstream guidance? Yeah, well, if you follow the mainstream guidance, I don't even believe that we'll even have kids in the future with the way they're warping everything for the teenagers and the kids today. So, Soph, I give my hats off. I give you my praise because you're doing a damn good job. You're scaring the crap out of them. And they need that. They need to get with reality. And when a 14-year-old kid can tell reality better than the mainstream media should worry. After all, the kids are our future. The kids are going to be the ones carrying on the media of the future. We need more people like Soph out there, not less. We don't need to slap them down and say, bad, bad girl. You should say, go ahead. Show us how smart you are. Show us what reality is in your eyes, because this is what we're doing supposedly doing all this for. Do it for the children, Yeah, yet you're shutting out the children. Kinda weird, ain't it? But hey, that's just me, and that's my 2 cents on this subject. So, you have a good one. And as I always like to say, although I don't say much on my videos, is don't go by anything I say. Check it out yourself. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. And believe me, you're better off for it, because if you don't, the mainstream media will. Good night, everybody.